The Duchess of Drama is back this time with her legal team reportedly circling none other than actress and producer Mindy Kaling. According to veteran broadcaster Dan Wootton, who dropped the bombshell live on television, Meghan Markle is fuming behind palace-sized doors over deeply personal revelations. Mindy allegedly shared secrets Meghan never wanted the world to hear. But this isn't just a celebrity spat. It's a calculated retaliation that shows Meghan will do whatever it takes to control her narrative, even if it means threatening lawsuits against former friends who once stood in her corner. What's being exposed now could be the unraveling of one of Hollywood's most strategic social climbs. According to sources close to the Kaling camp, the alleged secrets aren't salacious gossip, they're psychological profiles, behavioral patterns, and personal confessions Meghan once privately shared during an off-the-record creative development session. Kaling, who had been involved in early discussions with Meghan about a potential Netflix project focusing on women of color navigating elite spaces, reportedly walked away from the collaboration after what she described to insiders as an unworkable ego. Now, Wootton claims Kaling casually referenced some of those interactions on live television, without naming names, but with just enough breadcrumbs that viewers and Meghan connected the dots. What's causing Meghan's alleged panic isn't just the fact that secrets were shared. It's what those secrets reveal. Sources within UK media suggest Kaling hinted at Meghan's obsession with perception, her frustration with always playing second fiddle even in her marriage to Prince Harry, and her relentless ambition to be more than just a duchess. Dan Wootton doubled down, claiming Meghan feared these behind-the-scenes glimpses could destroy her last remaining credibility in Hollywood. For a woman who's built an empire on controlled interviews and selective exposure, losing the power to filter her truth is catastrophic. Dan Wootton, no stranger to royal controversy, went further on air. What we are seeing now, he said, is not just the unraveling of Meghan's PR machine, but the crumbling of her trust circle. When even Mindy Kaling starts to speak, you know something's gone deeply wrong behind the curtain. His statement wasn't made lightly. Wootton, who's faced legal pressure from the Sussexes before, claimed that his information came from individuals directly involved in the early Netflix brainstorming sessions, and he dared Meghan to deny it. True to form, Meghan isn't staying silent. According to multiple media insiders, her legal team has already drafted a cease and desist letter aimed at Mindy Kaling, warning her against further public discussion of their interactions. But this legal tactic has become a familiar pattern. When the narrative spins out of control, Meghan's lawyers step in. In the past, she's threatened media outlets, reporters, and even former palace staff. Now it's Mindy Kaling on the receiving end. Ironically, a woman who once praised Meghan publicly for her poise and resilience. But here's the twist. Meghan's usual go-to strategy, legal threats and public victimhood, may no longer be working. Industry insiders say there's growing frustration among producers and publicists in Hollywood who feel walking on eggshells around Meghan has become not just tiresome, but risky. You never know what's off-limits with her, one anonymous executive told Variety. And now suing Mindy? That crosses a line for a lot of people in this town. This isn't just about protecting private conversations. This is about narrative warfare. Meghan has staked her entire post-royal brand on being the misunderstood outsider, battling the monarchy, the media, and societal injustice. But if Mindy's subtle jabs open the floodgates for others to speak, Meghan's well-oiled machine of selective storytelling could implode. And with Harry now retreating from the limelight and their production deals under increasing scrutiny, she cannot afford another PR disaster. The days of blind adoration for Meghan Markle are fading fast. What's emerging instead is a portrait of a woman desperate to manage every word said about her by force if necessary. As Dan Wootton's explosive TV moment continues to ripple through media circles and social feeds, one thing is clear: Meghan's legal threats may silence some, but they also reveal more than they conceal. And this time, the world isn't buying the royal victim act, it's watching the drama unfold with eyes wide open and popcorn in hand. Let's be clear, this is no longer about privacy. It's about control. And Meghan Markle is losing it. Behind the scenes, whispers are growing louder. Former allies are distancing themselves. Netflix insiders are reportedly reconsidering future collaborations, and Meghan's attempts to rebrand herself as a thought leader are falling flat. What Mindy Kaling exposed, intentionally or not, was the curated facade Meghan has worked tirelessly to maintain. And now that facade is cracking. Worse still, Meghan's reaction: immediate legal threats, frantic damage control, and behind-the-scenes calls to networks paints a picture not of a woman wronged, but of a woman caught off guard by the truth. The narrative she once controlled through Oprah interviews and carefully staged documentaries is now slipping out of her hands. Hollywood, which once rolled out the red carpet, is beginning to show her the door. Quietly, firmly, because in a town where relationships are currency, suing someone as well-liked and respected as Mindy Kaling doesn't just look bad, it is bad. For Meghan Markle, the real threat isn't Mindy's loose lips. It's that the world is finally starting to speak freely without fear of lawsuits or smear campaigns. And that may be the one conversation Meghan can't control.